welcome back. This video we move to the chapter 2, which is our simple chapter is talking about the certain key definitions for ArchiMate 3.2 specification. And I will introduce this community first during this video. So let's see here. So from the documentation, so you can see you need to pay attention on these the prerequisite. So for the following definition only applied for this standard purpose. So the TOGAF framework should be referenced for enterprise architecture related terms. So you may also later to see is we talk about the key framework and certain layers within the enterprise architecture framework or TOGAF. So those are the things we need to refer to. TOGAF is also our standard already version 10. So that have a lot of these architecture the enterprise architecture definitions. If not found within our this document, you can find is try to go to the TOGAF. Another is just for the English language. For sure, this specification also have some other the language translation version, but for English part is this Merriam-Webster's collegiate dictionary will be the key definition. So like if you look for some real meanings or detailed meanings, try to go to the English dictionary. Any conflict between these definitions, list and TOGAF is unintentional. So then this, I think, is if you are preparing the ArchiMate this examination for the certification, I suggest is you also have a look, or if you already have, that will be perfect. Also have a look for the TOGAF certification. To myself, experiences will be more make sense. You first learn TOGAF. That ADM architecture design, a development framework, and that also are body of knowledge and certification. And once you pass that, I did that in version 9. Now it's gradually you may take the version 10 certification, and then when you prepare the ArchiMate, the foundation and then the practitioner certification. There's two exams. You will feel is more the interconnection from the concept, from the definition. So all those I hope is you can find the relationships between TOGAF and ArchiMate. Don't treat them as just two different document, two different standard that coming from one open group organization, but that's not important. The important thing is that coming from the common enterprise architecture knowledge, the framework. So then this I haven't do this in the mind map because here just some keywords which we will use that in the later chapters. So it's better is we are familiar with those terms. So first term is co-framework, ArchiMate co-framework. So that is a reference structure used to classify element of the ArchiMate co-language. It consists of 3 layers and 3 aspects. The 3 layer in the co-framework is the business layer, application layer, and the technology layer. 3 aspect is the I think it's we will talk about in the sections 3.4. So then that we'll see is how to distinguish the structures, or how to distinguish with those activities or active based the elements. So different aspects we will treat that into the core framework altogether. So with that is we will have a look is to see is how those different aspects like passive the active structure, behavior, passive structure like the vertical, and then the business application technology as the horizontal, making our metrics. That is your core framework. But also is we have the technology and adding with the physical, so that we are not try to split that into the different for the layer. But if you come to the different two, you may see they are shared with light green color scheme, but they sometimes we put that in the difference. So core framework is the top important for you to starting learn the ArchiMate. And as I mentioned, I also have two other the earlier record sections about one is Archissurance and another is Archimetal. That's the two key case study that you need to use to prepare the certification for ArchiMate examination. They are utilize different aspect because they have the different industrial nature. The insurance, the industry, they may have a lot of these the intangible financial product. So when they're talking about those physical layers, they are more talk about the technology related things that will be enough. But when we talk about the Archimetal, that is a metal manufacturing based enterprise. We have seen the we starting to use the real physical notation. So then that's also our kind of the technology part, but real physical means is we are talking about manufacturing the factory, production line, material, and their distribution, the this supply chain, how to transport the real physical material. So all those are talking the different flavor of this technology or physical parts. So that's why it's ArchiMate as our abstract level of the this modeling language is they already consider different industrial needs in core framework. But we also have the full framework. So those are the extended things from this core. And then here is you can see is we have core framework, then we have the core language, and that is I already mentioned those. You can see technology is roughly we can see is including physical, but they are depending on the different industrial practice or modeling needs. Architecture view, that is our representation of a system from the perspective of our related set of concerns. So if you don't have any concern from your stakeholder, normally you don't need to build our architecture diagram. So that is the thing is mentioned is you should be clear is what's the purpose of your architecture view. It's not like the artist make just a drawing or even a painting or picture. They also transfer some the message and the purpose. So that is the view. And the viewpoint, as I demoed the last video, is that is the specification of the convention for a particular kind of the architectural view. So you build this the architecture view like the earlier video is we have one the business actor assigned to a business process and served by or realized by our business the application solution. And then if I focus on the application realization or application relationship, that is all my viewpoint to this view. So then this I will focus on the application layer and gray out those non-application layer like business layer. So then that is my viewpoint at that specific angle. Aspect is the classification of element based on layer independent character. So that is we will also see how we can treat those aspects later on. And attribute is the property associated with an ArchiMate language element or associated with a relation. So those is the this way is if you have our element. So let me demo that to you by the Archi tool. So this is one element, and you can see from here is I can have those. We call this attribute. So I can have several things like is I have the name, I have the documents. So those are the attributes, and also for this relationship, I can also have the different way. Also is I can add the property. So attribute is just like our this like the name or this description, but the property is like a key value chain. So you can build this like this one is from the life cycle is this appointed. So that is you apply certain the key value chain of the property to our relationship or to our element. So that is the also can be treated as the attributes of our element or relationship. So those from the language, they support that, and our two vendors or two provider, they also implement that. Composite element is one element consists of another element. So that is the part is we have some like this composition relation as well as this aggregation relation. So also using the other relation, you can compose as well. So for example, I have one application component is if I put another application components like a module inside these components, I will get our notification is what kind of the nested element relation. So that is the composition. So I can use the compose or I can use others. All of these four support the nesting. So if I put this compose, then we build our relationship, this inner application components is belongs to this outer. So if I drag that out, you can see this relationship really means the composition relation. So that is this composition element. The element means that this one is the composition element because this element include some other elements. And then here is the concept, either an element or a relation connector can be our concept. Connector, I didn't mention that yet, is like this way. So that is our connector. Connector means is I can make our relation to this connector, and this connector can help us to make the one-to-many relations. So like these are the I just put our association. Also, let me drag that. So no, so so that is not able to allow me to do. So specialized. So I can use the specialized to here. So then I made our the connector to here. So that is the concept showed as the relationship connector. So different two vendor may have a little different way to implement the concept. Conforming is the fulfillment of the specified requirements, and conforming implementations is those requirements defined by the conforming clause in 2.9. Core element is the element in the core layer. So we will put that description is in here. You can see on the 3.4, I will introduce the ArchiMate core versus full framework. Then we will see what are the element as the core element, what are this full element. Element is the important definition. Is a basic unit in the ArchiMate meta model used to define and describe the constituent parts of enterprise architecture and their unique set of the characteristics. So element in R2 is just like those notations. So when I drag this one, this is a business collaboration. That is one element. Link is our relationship, so that is not element. So layer is the different color group. So these are the business layer. These are the application layer. And the model is our collection of concepts in the context of the ArchiMate language structure. So these are the generic part for different language or UML. You also can draw the UML-based model for C4 language. You draw C4 the diagramming model. So as long as you build a certain concept altogether and connect them with those different relationships like a graph. This is our model. And relationship is also a connection between a source and a target concept. Within the ArchiMate, all the relation is our direction-based relation. We are not show the our relation without our direction. But you may say here, this one is association. So association looks like it's just our plain line. It's no direction. But if you want, is you can also make that directed. So like is I want to show is this one try to associate with this application. Then I can put that. Then in the backend is also a certain direction, because whenever you connect that in the XML or when you export that is association link also has a source and a destination, so or source and a target. Connector I already mentioned. So with that is we have introduced some ArchiMate specific the definition. From the next one is we will introduce you the language structure, and I will try to split that into the several different step-by-step part. Before closing this, I also made our link here. So when you try to learn the ArchiMate 3.2 or even the earlier version is try to get engagement with those ArchiMate community. So this is the community I directly gave you this issue list. So you join this and you can immediately see the live issue, or you can search like GitHub or any source control the platform. And if you want to contribute that is you can check with those this ArchiMate from here. So if I back to the top, then this is the ArchiMate community. So you can see what are the working group, not so many, and what are the discussions, and what are this community landing page. This landing page is like this the nice homepage, and then with that is you can find out those discussion board, and you can find this work group like is the ArchiMate 101. So that you'll find this free introduction of the ArchiMate. So to me is I may find this time is maybe I also go through this one to find out is made some introduction of this ArchiMate 101, because that is also quite informative. So that all are some site information. I hope is you can also go around with this the community and familiar with some of the live hot topics. And with that is we finish this chapter 2. See you in chapter 3. Then we will have a more language structure understanding. Bye for now.